G'day, welcome to Oly35mm, user-based, quasi-empirical, cheap and cheerful videos on Olympus 35mm cameras. And the 35mm camera I would like to share with you today is Olympus's first full-frame SLR. Yes, indeed, it beat the OM1. Now, why was this? Well, the Pen F system, which was half frame, had been out for a few years, and the designer Yoshihisa Matani decided that the OM1 was going to come out, or the M1 as he thought it was, since 1967, ended up being the OM1 in 1972. There was production problems with it and they needed a stopgap. So the FTL came out for approximately 7 months. 26,000 bodies, 41,000 lenses, ranging from the 28mm f3.5, 35mm f2.8, 250mm of this is the 1.8, but there was also a 1.4, 135mm f3.5, and a 200mm f4. There was about 16 different accessories as well to this system, so in a way it was a full system as such before the OM system came out. Now, a little bit about the camera itself. It's fully manual, and it's an M42 thread mount. So unlike the Pen and the OM after it, which were both bayonet mounts, this actually had a screw mount. And if I may push this little button in and I'll unscrew the lens, it was quite unique in the fact that even though it was M42, it actually had TTL metering, and that was actually established through this little locking slot here, which actually locked into this pin and actually put the needle for the aperture in the right position to be able to lock into this little lever here, which in turn then actually operated a needle with a little circle in it up and down as you adjusted the aperture. And the idea was when you adjusted the shutter speeds, then another needle came through, and the idea was to match the two together and you would have the right aperture. So very, very clever. Just screw that back on. Another good thing about the lens is it's feature-wise, I'll just lock that in, is it also had a depth of field preview button in there as well, which you could actually lock in if you wanted as well, which is something that you didn't find on the newer models of them. All right, so a little bit about the camera. It's and I'll get my my Olympus pen. It has a 1 second to 1,000th of a second shutter speed with a B option as well. 1/60, sorry, my apologies, 1/60th of a second flash synchronization. The ASA range was from ASA 25 through to 1600. It was a single stroke wind. The shutter button actually had a screw thread inside, so you could put in a cable release if you needed. On-off switch for your battery, for the meter, and also a battery check. Now here we go. Batteries. Usual thing for cameras around about this time, 1.35 volt PX625 battery. So you'll have to, if you want to use the meter with this, and you don't have to. In fact, my meter's actually out of kilter, so I've just used the Sunny 16 rule, or used a handheld meter, and I've been able to use it fully manual. But if you do want to use the meter, then you'll need to either get one of the wine cell 1.3 volt batteries, or you need to get an adapter to actually shut down the voltage from the 625As, which are now 1.5 volts, down to 1.35 volts. So it is possible. On the bottom two, of course, you have a tripod screw mount, and you also have the sprocket release to be able to rewind your film. Now, to be honest with you, that's about all that you'll find with the camera. There's not really a lot more about it. Of course, it has a hot shoe, and it also has an X-Sync position there, but really, that's about it for the camera itself. As far as usability is concerned, it's quite heavy. It's about 800 grams, so you certainly probably wouldn't be buying it instead of an OM1. It's probably a better deal, I think. But it is a nice camera to use if you don't mind the weight. The lens is sharp and it's contrasting like you would expect from Zuiko lenses, and all in all, it's a bit of fun to actually play with. So I've really enjoyed it. I've run one roll of film through it. You know, I may put another 1 or 2 rolls through, but that'll be about it. And then we'll move on to the next thing, or I'll use my OM1 like I like to use regularly. Anyway, that's enough burbling for the day. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.